Hello, welcome to this week's first writing lesson. Our I can statement this week is I can write stories using dialogue or action to show the character's feelings. That I can statement is posted on your reading journal sheet on Google Classroom this week. So please make sure you're referring back to that journal, even if you're handwriting your journals, so that you can see that I can statement. And then see the activities that you have for this week. So I'm going to try to keep this short. So I just want to explain to you how we use dialogue to show character feeling and emotions. So when you're writing fiction, you really want your readers to understand your characters' feelings and emotions. Remember, we don't just want to write the boy rides his bike. That's kind of that real baseline writing. What we want to really do is make our stories come to life. So we're really showing our narrator's thoughts and feelings when they're telling the story. So you want to use that dialogue to show how your character's feeling. So they're not just doing things, but they're actually talking about things. And then you can even show emotion through those characters with that dialogue. So when they are speaking to each other, or in our example of Because of Winn-Dixie, when we have Opal even speaking to her dog, I really see a lot of emotion coming through Opal. I actually had an example I just found, and that was when Opal was cleaning Winn-Dixie, and she was saying, and he listened. I told him how we were alike. So this is when she's talking about she and Winn-Dixie being alike. See, I said, you don't have any family, and neither do I. I've got the preacher, of course, but I don't have a mama. I mean, I have one, but I don't know where she is. She left when I was 3 years old. I can't hardly remember her. And I bet you don't remember your mama much either. So we're almost like orphans. So in that section, Opal's talking to Winn-Dixie, but I know as the reader, I'm thinking right away, Opal's sad. She misses her mom. So I'm seeing that emotion come through just through that dialogue that Opal's saying. So when you are writing using dialogue, there's a couple rules. I have posted on our Google Classroom page with this lesson. So right below, you'll see 2 attachments. And those attachments are 2 posters that really talk about using those quotation marks and commas, those rules for punctuating dialogue. So what I would like you to do is really look through that. So dialogue has 2 parts. It has the dialogue, that's the part being spoken, and then it has the speech tag. And the speech tag says who is doing the talking. So if I said, thank you for your help, that would be the dialogue. And then I would say Ken said, and Ken said, that's the speech tag. So and I know we've talked about this in class before. So when you're writing dialogue, you need to write what the person says and then who said it. You can also set that sentence up a little different where you say who said it first, like Lucy said, and then have the dialogue. So you can have that speech tag before or after. So I really would, I'm looking at it right now. I'd like you to take a look at it as well, really paying attention to where those commas go. There's lots of rules about it. I will say quotation marks. Remember, I always do this in the air. Those quotations, they hug what the person says. So if I was saying, thank you for your help, I would have quotation mark and then write, thank you for your help. And then we need that comma within the quotation marks before we have that speech tag. So I'll just turn this camera lo-fi. Oh, I can't do it that way. Nope. That's not gonna work. Okay, So I'm going to post that as well. So just take a look at it. If you have an adult at home that can kind of help you, just check to see if you got those quotation marks in the right spots. And your commas in the right spots. Remember, every sentence always ends with an end mark. If it's a quotation sentence, that end mark, if you're ending on a quotation, the end mark goes before the last quotation mark. So remember, that end mark is in the quote, in the dialogue. So I'm looking forward. I have some examples up on our journal. So remember what we're really focusing again on this week, and I'm going to open this up really quick, is using dialogue or action to show a character's feelings. So really adding in what your character's saying to show how they're feeling. All right, I look forward to seeing your journals, and we'll catch up on another short little writing lesson on Wednesday. See you then. Bye.